Hey friends, welcome to the channel. It has been 2 years since I started teaching at universities. In this video, I will share how I got started as a lecturer, including the entire application and selection process, and about my experience and opinions so far about teaching. If you are new here, my name is Refat. I'm a lecturer based in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and you will find a mix of studying, law and productivity on this channel. I completed my undergrad and postgraduate studies from University of Dhaka in Bangladesh, majoring in English. I was not exactly the topper of my class, but I would say I was on the higher tier in the terms of my academic performance. As a general comment, I could say that at least in Bangladesh, to get into teaching at any university here, if your CGPA is in a scale of 4, you should achieve an average of 3.5 in your undergrad and postgrad studies. This does not mean that if you have a grade lower than that, you cannot apply anywhere. You obviously can, and you should definitely drop an application to do so. However, meeting this threshold would make your application much stronger. While most of the arts and social science faculties would require you to do a master's before being eligible to apply, the science faculties and some universities are quite flexible regarding this. Usually, the vacancy notice is available in university website. Sometimes there will be newspaper advertisements too. To stay up to date regarding vacancies, you should first choose which university you want to apply to, and then regularly check the job or career section of the respective websites. Sometimes vacancy notices are separately provided on the faculty or department page, and so you should be looking out for that too. Usually, new recruitments happen right at the beginning of a term or semester, and the entire process of submission of application and selection starts at least 2 or 3 months before the date of joining, and you are likely to get confirmation at least 1 or 2 months before the appointment day. The selection process in any job usually has several stages that you have to conquer to be finally selected. Therefore, the initial stages of any selection is rather an elimination process. You should not feel bad at all if you end up being eliminated at any of these initial stages. You should rather focus on improving on your mistakes and apply again to the next opportunity. Recruitment of faculty members also involve several stages. The initial selection may very well happen even before the university contacts you, just based on your CV, cover letter and the application form if there is any. Therefore, it is crucial to make sure you are sending an updated CV focusing mainly on your academic activities and a specific cover letter for that particular position exactly at that specific university. You should not ever send the same CV or cover letter to many places without making any changes to it. That's a big no from me. Once you are shortlisted and you have been called to take part in further stages, you can expect various types of assessments in different stages of the selection process. These assessments might happen in a single day or in separate days. However, each stage exists there to filter out the better candidates from the pool. From my experience, I can say that you should at least expect some form of a written test, a demo class, and an interview. In some cases, there may be more than one of these assessments too. Now, what to expect in these tests? In a written test, while it is most likely that your experience on the subject matter is going to be tested, I think your writing skills also matter a lot here, since you are going to become the role model whom the students will follow. If you have a generally good understanding of your subject knowledge, you should be good to go. Just to be on the safe side, you can just skim through your entire syllabus and turn pages here and there to refresh your mind about your specific subject. This step is usually not that tough, so stay positive and confident, and hopefully you will bash through the exam. At the next stage, there will be some form of demonstration class that you need to take. Sometimes you will have the liberty to choose your own topic to teach. Sometimes the university will decide it for you. In both cases, you can expect to get around 5 to 15 minutes to take a demonstration class. Though your class should usually be designed for undergraduate level students, you will find your future colleagues, i.e. the faculty members of the university, sitting as students in your demonstration class. Also, there may very well be external experts as selectors in your class. It's a good idea to prepare a lesson plan beforehand in case someone asks for it, and because a lesson plan will help structure your class in an organized way. Keep in mind that you have limited time, and so the smarter thing to do is to choose an easy and small subtopic that you will be able to comprehensively explain, rather than choosing a complex topic that is hard to cover in a limited time. The audience or selectors in demonstration class might stop you in middle of your lecture and ask questions about the topic you are talking about. Questions may also come at you at the end of your class, which might or might not be relevant to the topic you were teaching. At this stage of the selection process, I believe just as much the contents of your class, your presentation and communication skills matter a lot too. Since teaching is a profession where you would be expected to communicate a lot with a diverse range of students and teachers, most of which will involve you talking to at least around 30 people at a time, it's a good idea to start honing your oratory skills right from this moment. I was involved in competitive debating and Model UN conferences a lot during my student life. I strongly believe that these soft skills not only gave me an extra edge during this selection process for a teaching position, but also helped me strive to be a teacher who is more communicative with his students. This is quite essential not just for you as a teacher, but for the prospective students that you are going to teach. Therefore, try being as communicative as you can be during your student life. Take part in extracurricular activities. Raise hands in class when the teacher asks you a question or looks for a student to present something in front of the class. Take every opportunity to speak up in front of a group of people, be it your family members or your own classmates inside your own classroom. Tutoring or helping other students also will help you build the ability to explain things in simple terms, which is crucial for a teacher. If you are able to explain things easily to your classmate, it will also sharpen your subject knowledge and you can expect to get better results in your exam. At the final stage of the selection process, it is likely that there will be a panel interview. Usually, candidates who reach this stage are all qualified enough for the position they have applied for. However, at this stage, the university will finally make the call of giving you the job or not. Besides the external experts, you can expect to meet a few more people, including but not limited to the head of the department, dean of the faculty, other senior faculty members, the vice chancellor, registrar, even a few board members too. Whereas subject experts on this panel may ask you questions on your subject, others might talk about your role as a teacher, what might be expected of you, what you can expect from the university, and other administrative matters. There might also be questions to test your ethics and dedication as a teacher. More on that in the later part of this video. You can also expect to deal with questions that test your analytical and decision-making ability. For example, questions like, what will you do if you find a student has plagiarized the homework? Or what will be your decision in case a student is facing problem to cope up with another student in the same class? While there may be many possible answers to these questions, the panel actually wants to know your thought process in this scenario, your ready wit and your strategy to deal with that. There might also be discussions regarding your salary and benefits, and at this stage, feel free to negotiate if you want to. However, it's better to have an understanding of the salary range before going to the interview. Your expected salary should not be too less or too much from that range. Overall, your confidence, again your communication skills and good presentation of who you are as a person and how you would be as a teacher should land you a good outcome from this interview. Once I went through all of these stages during the selection process and finally got my appointment letter, it felt great. However, as much exciting and rewarding it sounds, there are a lot of challenges too. In terms of job satisfaction, in my opinion, this is better than most other jobs out there. You are the boss inside a classroom, and in most cases, you have the liberty to teach with your own style and share your wisdom as much as you like. Whenever a student mails you after a semester ends that she or he have learned a lot from you and thanks you for doing the job you are paid to do, that is quite a feeling to cherish. To me, this is the best part of being a teacher. Also, giving lectures is quite interesting and exciting, especially when you get to talk a lot and everyone has to listen to you. The boring part is making questions and checking scripts or making a huge Excel or Google sheet at the end of the semester to calculate and publish results. The prescribed work hour is also not taxing in most universities. While you may have to stay at the university for certain hours, in most cases, you would be able to spend most of that time for your own academic research. Additionally, you will have to advise students on various matters during your office hours. Career growth and promotion is also generally in your own hand. Besides teaching, as long as you regularly continue academic research and publish papers in reputed journals, you are not only staying up to date on your subject, but also helping your own promotion. At some point during your teaching career, ideally you should also aim for a PhD. Thus, academic research also covers a large portion of your work as a teacher. Sometimes you will have to supervise students in their research activities too. If it's a good university, it will encourage you on your own research too. There will be research grants, fundings for you to attend international conferences and present papers abroad. Sometimes the university will even continue to pay you while you are abroad to get a higher degree. The perks are endless, and this is a respected profession everywhere. The journey you will have, the young minds you will meet, and the freedom that you will exercise all makes teaching a great career to pursue. However, I would seriously point out the fact that teaching is not for everyone. Sometimes keeping up with all the classes, schedules, exams, and the pressure of meeting various deadlines can cram all over you. While sometimes you will get vacations just like the students, sometimes you may also have to work past your regular hours. You have to be able to take up pressures when needed and relax when you need it. Ethics is also a major factor to be careful about being a teacher and actually for any profession. While you should never under any circumstances practice anything unethical, you should also keep in mind that the future of a lot of young minds will depend on how you teach them, assess them, and grade them. A good student is not by default capable of being a good teacher. Sometimes it is not the toppers who can explain a matter well for someone else. Learning something and internalizing something to teach about it are quite different concepts. I'm not saying if you cannot explain or teach well, you should not come to teaching. No one becomes a great teacher on their first class. Rather, what I'm saying and what is absolutely necessary is to have a mindset to keep learning and keep improving and adapting to the best teaching practices. You should also be empathetic towards your students, because it is when you understand your audience well, that is exactly when you can teach them well. The world is changing fast, and you need to be fast too to keep up to date with the changes before taking responsibility of the future generation. Overall, I think after watching this video, if you finally decide to become a teacher, number 1, maintain a good result. Number 2, get involved with extracurricular activities. Number 3, learn to communicate better. And number 4, have a lookout for the opportunities to apply once you are ready. I'm sure you are going to bash through the selection process and join this noble and respected profession with the right mindset. Good luck to you, and I hope you have found this video helpful. If so, it would be great if you could let me know by pressing the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more contents like this one. I have also made this playlist for you which you might find helpful. Thanks for watching. See you later.